It is Thursday, October 16th, and it's time for Q&A. We have questions about walking. How do I get 15,000 steps a day? How do I possibly get to 15,000 steps a day? Not all at once. How do we keep it from getting boring? And what is the best workout for belly fat? So we're going to dive into all these questions. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi there. I'm glad you're here. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot, 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the, I have my Maximum CoverGirl prize box back there, in the Maximum CoverGirl competition in my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s, because it is time to tell a new story about aging. And I love sharing these health and wellness tips with you pretty much every day. If you want a deeper dive, there are so many resources for you, and I'm going to drop a link in the caption where you can grab my cookbooks, all of my books. I have a journal, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot Journal. That's a physical book on Amazon, 90 Days to Love Your Body and Your Life, as well as two cookbooks that are ebooks, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot Cookbook and Happier, Healthier, and Hotter. Both are full of high protein, low calorie, bikini-friendly recipes, as well as my best weight loss strategies, the strategies that help my clients lose 10 to 35 pounds and keep it off, and the strategies that keep me lean, fit, feeling amazing at 59. So let's dive in. Actually, I want to tackle the burning belly fat workout. The best workout to burn belly fat, the best workout to burn any fat, is to walk your ass into the kitchen and prepare some high protein, low calorie recipes from real food. Because what you are putting into your body is going to have the biggest impact on your body composition. And the best way to burn fat, the only way to burn fat, is you need to be in a calorie deficit. You could be doing all of the workouts in the world, and if you're consuming too many calories, you're still going to carry excess fat. So everyone's talking about fat burning foods, fat burning workouts. Oh, we're going to fix your hormones. We're going to fix your metabolism. Your metabolism isn't broken. Your hormones aren't, yes, hormones can mess with us, especially women, especially during perimenopause. Nobody's making that up. But at the end of the day, you need to be in a calorie deficit to burn fat. End of story. And yeah, it's not just, I do believe it's a little more than calories in, calories out, but why is my hair, I've been on this no heat journey and my hair dried. I feel like it's like, I air dry my hair and I feel like it dried clumpy. That's why I'm fussing with my hair. So you need to be in a calorie deficit. So it starts with your food, and really the formula, I'm always saying prioritize protein and produce. Build your meals around high quality, protein dense foods. We are talking beef, like especially lean beef, fish, poultry, eggs, maybe some high protein dairy like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt if that works well for you, and filling in with colorful fruits and veggies. This is so really the formula is increase the protein from real food, not bars and shakes and all that stuff. Decrease the calories. And it's easiest to do when you're simply doing just what I said, prioritize protein and produce. So make the protein the priority, and then you fill in with the colorful fruits and veggies. I'm not saying you can't have carbs. Fruits and veggies are carbs, but I do highly suggest that you start cutting back on the crappy processed carbs, and you don't need them. When you eat dough, you look like dough, and somebody needs to say that. And it's going to be me because everybody's already mad that I call my recipes bikini friendly. So get a little more mad that I just said if you eat dough, you look like dough. But you can maybe have some cookie dough from some of the recipes in my cookbooks. They're grain-free, gluten-free, and they're not full of crappy processed carbs. So that is how you are going to burn fat, whether it's on your belly, your ass, your arms, all over. You're going to burn fat by getting into a calorie deficit. So, but workouts are going to help you get into more of a calorie deficit because you need to move your body. So the easiest way, changing what you eat, is going to have the biggest impact on your body composition and on getting into that calorie deficit. And you can eat a nice volume of food when you're eating this way, prioritizing protein and produce. You can have a big old burger, just skip the bun, have an 8-ounce burger, not a 4-ounce burger. And fill it in with some colorful veggies or maybe like a salad with clean dressing and some fruit. You're going to be so happy, so satiated. You're not going to want anything else. You're not going to be picking after dinner. You're not going to be opening up the fridge and not, oh, I can't decide what I want. Should I eat this? Should I not? You're not going to be doing any of that because you're going to feel so good. So, and then as far as fat burning workout, the best workout is the one that you will actually do, the one that you enjoy. But you know what I recommend, what I talk about all the time, get your steps in, go out for a walk. You don't need any special equipment. You can do it anywhere. You can do it in your, sometimes I get a lot of my steps in my house when the weather's really bad and I'm stepping on and off my balance trainer, things like that. It's a lot harder to get in 15,000 steps that way. But so walking or riding a bike or going for a jog or run if you really like that, but there's no real benefit to jogging over walking. Um, Read the book Born to Walk and you'll see all the science. And it's kind of what I've known intuitively for years. So run if it lifts you up, if it gives you a boost. Some people just are wired to run, and that's great. But if you're forcing yourself to run because you think it's better for you, you're not doing your body any favors and you're not going to do a better job of burning fat. So walking is amazing because it's that slow, steady cardio that actually you can do for longer, which is what gets you into more of optimally a fat burning state. But again, start by prioritizing protein and produce, increase that protein, decrease the calories. In both of my cookbooks, there is information in the beginning of the books about how to figure out great protein and calorie goals. And honestly, when you have those two things in place, it gets a whole lot easier. You don't have to track every single macro. I have clients that have lost weight. Gloria lost 35 pounds, never tracked a single macro, but she was tracking what she ate and really prioritizing protein and produce. So, how do I get 15,000 steps in? I don't do it all at once. I think that's the biggest thing. I had one woman like so angry that I had time to get 15,000 steps in a day. And she said, I figure that takes about 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours to walk at one time. I was like, I don't either, unless I've scheduled a hike with a friend, which is lovely, but that's certainly not every day. So that's not most days. So I get in 15,000 steps a day because all of the steps count. But here's how it works for me. So first of all, I just use it's a pedometer app. If you use an iPhone, I think the health app that I don't use already has a pedometer built in. It's tracking your steps, whether you know it or not. I use this thing called Pedometer Plus Plus. See, I'm at 11,701 steps for the day so far. So, and as long as my phone's on me, it's tracking my steps. Is it perfect? No. But actually, if anything, when I've checked it, it's undercounting, not overcounting. So I'm not going to worry about it. But here's how I get them in that works for me, that it's like the most joyous, fun, easy, doesn't feel like a burden. I get up in the morning and I take my little dog Tyson out for a walk. He's napping. There's Tyson. Look how cute he is. He's the cutest man ever. He's very lazy. So I take Tyson out for a walk every morning first thing. And at that point, whatever the weather is, whether it's hot, cold, and it's dark out when we walk, hot, cold, rainy, snowing, I'm already dressed for the weather. So I'm going to bring Ticey back in. He's had his sniffing and peeing, and he's a boy dog. He has to pee on everything. We come back in. He gets his little meds that he has to take and some peanut butter, and he chills with the cat. And then I go back out for another walk. I'm already dressed for the weather. And during both of these walks, I've got something playing on my podcast app or on YouTube, like positive affirmations, some type of loop that I'm listening to. My brain is in that theta state because I've literally just woken up. So not only am I getting steps in, I am just in this receptive theta state, filling my mind with positive things. And it feels so good to feel so good. And some days, depending on timing, I just keep walking even longer than I expected because I'm just so happy to be out there. And so many times I've gotten 5,000 steps in first thing in the morning, and it feels amazing. Some mornings are a little more compressed. Maybe I have to be out the door faster. I'm still going to get that second walk in. It's just not going to be as long. And I have added hills to that second walk. Just hills in my neighborhood. I'm not hiking up a mountain, but that is working my little booty. And that combined with the creatine and the collagen and all the protein that I'm getting, I have indeed built a better booty in my 50s. So walking is that powerful. So then how do I get in the other 10,000 steps? Um, they it really depends. So I'm just looking when you're tracking your steps, you turn it into a game. You're always looking for ways to build in more movement. So I might be listening to messages, replying to, DMs while I'm walking and I'm leaving voice messages. Um, my sister and I talk every day, usually through voice messages. I'll be listening to her messages, throw on my walking shoes, just slip into some shoes and start walking while I'm listening. You look for ways. You're going grocery shopping, park further away. It's better for your car too. Less likely to be dinged. Do an extra lap around Walmart, Target, Costco, the grocery store, wherever you are. Schedule walks with friends. Make walking dates with your friends the norm instead of catching up over coffee or a cocktail. Not that there's anything wrong with those things. Go for a walk or go for a walk and then have a coffee or cocktail. Yesterday, I met up with a friend for a walk. We walked so much more than I would have on my own because we were talking and laughing and catching up on things. I generally, one day a week, have a scheduled very hilly walk with a friend. And then this was an extra walk with a friend on a different day. So make schedule walks. Um, really bad weather, I will bounce around on my mini trampoline, like do kind of steps in place on my mini trampoline, step on and off my balance trainer. So those are ways to get in steps inside. This summer we had some days where there's a major heat advisory in effect. Um, walked, met my weekly walking friend at a mall, and we walked, and we felt a little creepy in the mall actually because it was like very deserted, but we got our steps in. One time we did laps around Costco. I was like, I need a couple things at Costco. Let's meet there because it was like freezing out. So like you just figure out ways to make this work, and it just starts to become more fun and more active. And you don't have to get 15,000 steps. What about 10,000? Start where you are. Look at that pedometer app in your phone. See, say you're averaging 6,000 steps a day right now. I would look to increase that by about 1,000 steps a day for a week, then another 1,000. You're gonna be at 8 to 10,000 in no time. Just see how that works out for you. 15,000 feels great to me, but I was doing 10,000 a day for years, and that was working out pretty well too. And then how do I keep it from getting boring? I get that question a lot, and it's like, how do you do it and how do you keep it from being boring? Listen to stuff. You could use that time to call your mom, call your dad, call your friends, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. I don't use earbuds, and I listen to stuff in the morning. A lot of times I'll just walk and absorb the nature sounds. Some other benefits to walking: you are getting natural light in your eyes. That helps you set your circadian rhythms, which is going to help your sleep, balance your hormones, all of the things. You are nature sounds. When you are out in nature and hearing those nature sounds, the wind rustling through the leaves, the birds, whatever, that is very regulating to our nervous system. Bird song in particular is a primal signal to our bodies of safety. It's just good to be outside. I find my energy is boosted, my creativity, my mood, help to process your emotions. In a bad mood, go for a walk. It's a lot better than stuffing those emotions down with some chocolate or some crap that you're going to feel icky about half an hour later. So anyway, I am, as you can see, wound up, fired up. It feels so good to feel so good. You can love your body and your life at any age. And I will absolutely drop the link in the caption to my books and all the things. Have an amazing day.